Alright, folks. I wanted to take a few minutes and briefly show you some new technology here that we are going to begin utilizing at the Terrell Severe Storm Center, especially as severe weather season is now right upon us. So, a lot of you have seen me post pictures of radar images. Almost all those pictures come from a radar app called RadarScope. RadarScope is a great app. It's free and it's really good and definitely worth the value. But now we have something even better. And this is better than any radar app you'll find. This is even better than looking online at the Weather Service radar, even though this is essentially the same thing. But it's better than looking on their website and looking at all these other radars that out there. There's several of them: the WeatherBug radar, Weather Channel, Storm Lab. Older ones, radar. What was that one? Storm Predator. Some of the older software. This tops them all. This is really cool stuff, and we're going to show it to you here. So let's just begin with an example, and we are very excited. This costs about $250 if anyone's interested. It's called GR Gibson Ridge. GR is for Gibson Ridge. Gibson Ridge radar software. You can type it in on Google. There's several versions of it. There's GR level 3, there's GR level 2. This is GR level 2 analyst. And then there's a couple versions of GR level 2 analyst. But this is the out of all these different versions, this is the most sophisticated one on the market. Costs again about $250 or so, something like that, and we, needless to say, think it is really cool. And I'm looking forward to chasing with that. I've got it down here on my laptop, and I'm really excited about this. And I hope you all will enjoy it too, because this is, again, new technology, and trust me, I love it. And a lot of other storm chasers, meteorologists would agree with me. I'm sure that this is about as good as you can get. I mean, you look at some of those other, like you probably were thinking that you'd have to pay thousands of dollars to get a radar site, like you would have on a TV on the TV. This is only about $250, and it maybe, yeah, a little expensive, but it is definitely worth every dollar of the of your money if you want to invest in this. At least in my opinion. I haven't had it for too long, so we'll see. But right now, I'm more than satisfied. So keep zooming in here when I'm not ready to. This is let's take a look and show you some of the things that we can do with this new software. This is first off coming from the radar site out of the National Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi, and how most radars work. Most radars basically get their information from the Weather Service radar sites across the country, and they have their own little features that they can kind of add on to it. It's essentially the same thing. But this is the radar site out of the Jackson, Mississippi National Weather Service, and we're going to zoom in. This real-time data, by the way. This is happening now, or at least at the time of the recording, which would be about 5:50 Eastern time. And so this is going on right now, and we can see we do have some showers and storms developing out here in southeast Mississippi. We're going to zoom in on this particular cell right here. Now, this looks, you might be thinking, well, what's the difference? That looks pretty similar to all the other pictures you're posting. It does, right? You got the pixels and all that. Look what we can do here. This is one of the cool features with this new software. This is called smoothing. And when I click on this, watch what happens. Look at that. That's a lot more clear cut. It's not as messy. You don't have to see a bunch of pixels everywhere. It's, the graphics are, when you smooth it out with the feature on this radar, it just looks a lot better. It looks a lot more detailed, um, and a lot more attractive, so to speak. And you can see zooming in here on the thunderstorm. So that's one of the many awesome features of the storm. There's a couple other, of this radar software. A couple other things we can do. We can basically slice the storm, if you will, and get a look to see how tall the thunderstorm is. And so this is a low to moderately top thunderstorm here. Uh, almost kind of getting close to 30 kft, so that's slow to moderately topped. I'm just gonna let that phone ring because nobody else is here to answer it, and I don't want to stop this video. And so I don't want to do that. What the heck? So you can basically get a look to see how tall the thunderstorm is. But you can also do something else, and this is I forget what the exact title is. The Volume Explorer. Yeah, there you go. This basically gives us a chance to get kind of an in-depth 3D look of what's going on within the thunderstorm, and we can use different little tools here. We got base reflectivity, base velocity, storm relative velocity. That's good for looking for tornadoes. We kind of went over some of that stuff. This kind of gives us an in-depth view of what is going on within the actual thunderstorm updraft here. And this kind of, again, we can see how tall it is, and we can do certain other things with this as well. Again, it's a fairly low top thunderstorm, and you can just kind of explore different features here with this. Basically, where is that? I'm still getting a little used to it myself. You can kind of cut away at some of this other stuff to get us a more in-depth look. We can kind of cut through the updraft, if you will, and give us a better look here. And a lot of the stuff can be kind of hard to understand, but this is just kind of giving you an idea of what we now have to play with. Again, this right here is really cool. You basically, you look at it here and you can kind of see this is essentially what's going on here within the thunderstorm, the kind of the structure that it's taking and whatnot. So that is a very cool little feature now that we have as well. You can see this little icon here showing up. This is an indication of hail reports, hail potential within the storm of about 0.38 inches. We got other icons that we can look for, like for tornadoes if the storm exhibits strong enough rotation. And we also have the the standard typical radar features from Doppler radar. Storm relative velocity gives us a look at any potential rotation within the thunderstorm, and obviously we're not seeing a whole lot. We can go look at the velocity integrated liquid within the thunderstorm, and maybe some very minor hail potential. All in all, not an overly impressive thunderstorm. The environment's only marginally conducive to strong to severe storms today down in that area, so not expecting a whole lot. But yeah, I just want to and there's several other things that we can do here. We can log in information and all that. But oh yeah, here's something real cool. So zoomed in. See this here on the GIS? Look what we can do to the background here. We can make this. You might really find this cool. We can make this and take it and put a satellite street view of the radar. So yep, basically here's Waynesboro, Mississippi, trucks crossing Laurel. Let's say we want to look at Laurel, for example. I believe some of my weather people might have to correct me on this, but I thought maybe Laurel was maybe one of the towns that had some tornado damage back in the situation that occurred last December. But anyway, you can basically look at this. We're zooming right in almost on the town. How crazy is that? It's like the typical Google street view. Only thing is, and it takes a little while to load. The only difference is that this is now on the radar site. And here you can kind of see it loading here. And so let's say we want to look at the storm here. Go back to the thunderstorm, and let's say look here right around. Say somebody lived right around this area. Look how closely we could zoom up here and to see. And again, we've got to let that process a little bit. But looks like we got a little bit of land there, a lot of trees, obviously, some roads. And look, see this blue right here? That's the beginning of the rain that's being detected here by the radar. So look how close we can zoom in here. So let's say if somebody lived right here and you could see your house, we could just look and you can get an idea as to how close the storm could be to your area. And that could be a key feature when looking at rotation and tornado vortex signatures on radar. So yeah, this is needless to say really awesome. Definitely worth the value. Even if you don't, I'll just say this, even if you don't want to spend the money on this, I mean, it is $250. I strongly recommend the Radar Scope app because it is free. It's not as good and does have some technical glitches, but it is free, and it's a lot better than any than all that WeatherBug and AccuWeather crap and all that kind of stuff. But this is definitely hands-on. Probably the best radar software in my opinion if you're looking to invest some money. So I know a lot of chasers would probably agree with me on that. Some people like the satellite background, and I do. I think it is neat, but when I'm not really looking to see stuff that's in the way of the storm, I kind of prefer the standard background. So, but I do think that feature though is pretty neat. And so yeah, that's the new software that we now have to play with here. I think it again was definitely worth the money. I'm more than satisfied, and if you're looking to spend a little money, I would recommend the software to you as well. Beats just about everything. So, all right, thank you very much, and cheers to a good severe weather season. I guess depending on how you look at it.